Now, before we start assembling, just check that you've got all of these parts in the kit, lay them out nicely. You'll also get a physical assembly guide printed on some paper. Right, let's get into it. Today we'll be assembling the WaterUps Oasis 1640. Right, now as for this assembly and all assemblies, you'll need a nice flat space. Number 2 Phillips head. I'm using electric drill. You could just use a screwdriver, not a sharp knife. Now we'll be starting with the bottom rail assembly. When you have a look down the profile, you will see that we have a tall side and a short side. The golden rule to all Oasis bed assemblies, that the tall side goes on the inside. And that will help you then work out where your corner pieces are going. Once you put the tall sides together and the holes line up, you've got the right pieces. Now we assemble this upside down. So once you've worked out where the holes are going to go and that the sides are in the right spot, this one's going to go here. Do the same with the other side. The connector pieces. Once again, making sure that the long side goes on the inside. Slip those over, line up the holes. Now we've assembled the bottom rail assembly, we're going to turn it over. And now we can start building the walls. 2 end panels, and you'll see that one has a hole in it, but we're going to make sure that that's the piece that sits on the base. Note the hole in the bottom rail assembly and the hole in the end panel line up. Now that our end panels are on, we're going to assemble the side panels. For each side, there is a half panel and 2 full panels. The 2 full panels go on either end and the half panel goes in the middle. To get this to sit in the bottom rail assembly, simply rest the back on the high piece and then come along and slowly with your fingers, push the rails gently apart. That will very nicely fit in. And see, these guys just made up, but not quite enough. So we've given you an extra panel. Sit over and bridge that gap, making that nice and strong for you. Now repeat on the other side. Now, a note when assembling, you want to make sure that your little screw that's fastening in your end panel, that your panel slips just past that. Now our side panels are in. It might feel a bit rickety, but we're going to put the top rail assembly on. We'll tighten it all up. Now we do this slightly differently. We have to put the ends on last. So first, take your rail, making sure that the long side is on the inside, and work out based on where these holes are, where it's going to go. Now we take our end, fit it there, and we may need to slide these up and down a bit to make sure that the holes all line up. Now to make sure that that doesn't come off, put our little screws. Our last piece of the sides of the top rail assembly, we just want to make sure that the long side is on the inside, and when we're putting it at the top, collect it all up like this. Now the final step to the Oasis 1640 assembly is just to put the last of the joiner pieces for the rail on. Once again, make sure that we've got the long side on the inside. Slip that over, and we'll just come back and forth until we find where all our holes line up. Congratulations on assembling your 1640 Oasis bed. You're going to want to install the reservoir liner and cells. For a more detailed video, check our website.